Hello and welcome to your pick a card reading for the Lunar New Year. We hope that you're having a wonderful time with your family and loved ones and that you are having a beautiful celebration for the Lunar New Year. And today we have for you 3 red envelopes for you to choose from for pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And we will be getting into the card selection, the pile selection section as well, where you can see the envelopes a little bit more up close with the music meditation, so you can pick your piles while you are tuning in. For those of you who would like to skip to the tarot reading, or if you have already chosen your pile from here, the timestamps will be down in the description box. So I feel like that's pretty much it for the introduction. And I hope that you have a wonderful time with us here today. And let's get into receiving the blessings and the messages for your Lunar New Year pick a card reading. Starting with the pile meditation. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 1. Today we are doing a reading for the Lunar New Year. So let's see what your guides, your higher self, and the loving universe have for you today. And let's set the intentions together for the readings to be full of love, full of empowerment, encouragement, gentle reminders, and just for our time together to be lots and lots of fun. So thank you to your guides, my guides, and the loving universe, our ancestors, our and any of the love energies that are helping guide us at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get started with your reading. I will be tuning in while I pull out the cards for you, so there may be a little pause of silence here and there while I'm receiving the synchronicities. You can also take this time to tune in as well while I'm receiving the cards and the messages. Keep an open heart, breathe into your heart, and remain open to your guides' direct connections, all right? Because they are going to be still communicating and talking to you at the same time while we are here together. So please prioritize your direct connection as well. These would be cards for the moon energy for the Lunar New Year. So let's see what the moon has for you. Okay, I feel like it's that one. And we will later be closing off with two more oracle cards. Let me arrange the cards for you just to make sure everything's in view. Oh, I feel like this is a special card as well. Let me check. Right? Because it's named Confucius, which is, of course, one of the very important figure in Chinese like history and literature. He's known for his knowledge. So let me do a little bit of check because I don't want to continue without knowing a little bit more about this card. All right. So they renamed it into Confucius. However, the card is, of course, the Judgment card. Still carries the same meaning. Four of Wands, Four of Swords. You have 4 and Judgment. Oops, sorry about that. 3 of Coins, the Sun. Okay. I feel like your guides are wanting to let you know that your hard work will be rewarded in divine timing, and that like they understand that you have the ability to access your divine knowledge to also reaffirm this for yourself as well. So Confucius is like a figure that stands for, wisdom, and he knows a lot about nature, spirituality, the way of the world, and most importantly, like virtue. So I feel like your virtuous deeds are something that your guides are very appreciative of, and they really want to thank you at this time of Lunar New Year for the good energies that you put out in meditations, in stillness, in co-creations, all of it. Yeah, so they really want to thank you for that, and they're telling me to just open the moon card now. You have balance, again, divine timing, like I was saying. The balance, and look at this guy, he's also balancing, right? And they're almost like very like that's the same person. So you in your wisdom understand how to balance the opportunities that are given to you, because the 4 of Wands talks a lot about new opportunities, new portals, new openings for anchoring in better timelines and realities. So I feel like you are and have been practicing balancing of your manifestations, so your groundings of energies and what you call in. You understand when to slow down. You are more, and let's say very much more delicate about the knowing of your own rhythm, your own pacing, and your own timing. And that helps you call in different parallel realities of better timelines, better manifestations. So your guides, your ancestors are very proud of you for practicing that, because that leads you to your higher path in a better aiming of your goals. So it helps with the accuracy of your manifestation, the accuracy of things that you ground in. So instead of pulling in things that may be unwanted at times because you go really, really fast, the slowing down of things allow you to take aim to the exact goal that you want. So they are really, really just happy for you that this skill is being is coming closer to mastery, and they're telling it's in practice still. However, it's been very good progression that you have been making. So they are very proud of you with that. And at this time, use your sense of your spiritual knowing, the wise one, right? Your hermit energy, to also detect not just the balance, they're telling me the stability of each manifestation. So which ones are ready to be harvested, which ones are ready to be for you to take actions upon. Because I feel like taking actions upon aligned manifestations are the best way to invest your energy. So align aligned actions, yeah, aligned inspirations, and having your head, heart, and gut be in a place where it's in total coherence helps bring you into the brain waves that allow you to take aim of your spiritual paths, your manifestation, and whatever you are trying to ground in. And look at those synchronicities. I just saw it. Look at the parallel of the imageries that you have here. Parallel timelines, parallel realities. So one day, once you have achieved, like you go through your practice mode, your apprenticeship stage of this aiming skill, you will find that you become a master of this skill, and the aiming will be much faster. And not only that, the accuracy is going to improve, but also the amount of things that you could aim for will also multiply. From, say, you juggling 3 things at a time, like your health, your abundance, your work life, stuff like that. You will be able to juggle more than that. You will be able to take on and detect more energies at a time. So it could be different manifestations ready to come in at the same time for you, and you knowing exactly which ones are ready, when to invest your energies, how to aim for them, and what inspired actions are required to follow through. So I feel like this is, for me, is insane synchronicity. So your guides, they are watching out for you big time, for you, pal number 1. Sorry, I'm just a little bit confused because I thought I was reading pile number 1, but the envelope here is one of pile number 2, so let me change that. However, I take that as a synchronicity, and therefore you may also have messages in pile number 1 as well. So there we go. I've changed a little red envelope on my table. You may have messages in pile number 1, okay? So pile number 2. No, pile number 1. I'm serious, your energies are intertwined. You pile number 1 will have messages in pile number 2, okay? Because this hardly ever happens. I don't get piles confused unless the energies are very, very connected. They're parallel. Yeah, your energies and the energy of pile number 2, there's something that it goes hand in hand, and you may benefit from listening to both of the piles. Yeah, and with that mastery, I feel like the opportunities are going to open up that makes you feel more confident in yourself. So solar plexus energy, again, the yellow and the sun, and the attire that they are wearing, they're pretty much mostly yellow and orange theme. So the energies that are rising from your sacral energy center up to your solar plexus energy centers, they are traveling beautifully. So keep an eye out for sending love to your solar plexus energy center. Have the solar plexus energy center be in balance and embraced at this time, by also being confident, right? Being empowered, being very, how do you call it? Trusting yourself and the aligned actions that you take, because that is also a part of your path to mastery and your higher path for your soul to hone the skill at this time. So the solar plexus energy is blossoming very, very like healthily. There is almost nothing much that you would have to do, because in your natural state it will just continue to grow. From here onwards, 4 of Swords, rest your how do you call it, rest the need to struggle. So if you can see the aiming position, the stance that they take are quite different. It looks very similar, but in details they are different. In the stage of mastery, you are very still, very poised. It's graceful. In a stage of course, learning and practicing, there is a little bit of momentum that seems like, you know, how do you call it? What's the word they're trying to give me? It's more like fidgety at times. It's more because you are still gaining balance. That's all they want to say, you know. Just take note of the difference of the stances of your basis of manifestation, because the ones that are powerful, the ones that are aligned with the universe and the co-creative nature of love, are going to be the graceful, gentle, light-hearted ones. Your stance is going to be much more still. However, there is power in that stillness. So take note of that. Be aware of that, because it is um, an important difference that could help you detect whether you are in that stage of alignment yet, and help you understand more how to anchor that in. Okay, so power in stillness of your thoughts, your stance, air elements. So mostly your minds will be much more in tune with your body and your emotions. So head, heart, and gut coherence again. Take note of your brainwave. This Four of Swords is a well-rested mind. The ability to maintain stillness and grace is a well-rested brainwave, and that means out of the beta into the gamma, more towards the alpha, the theta, and of course the gamma brainwaves. If you are familiar with this work, which I feel some of you already are, you understand what I mean, and the ability to detect your brain waves and where you are at that time of manifestation, or in times where you're about to take actions. If not, study head, heart, and gut coherence. Study brain waves. Study what the beta brainwave means, because that is the survival modality, that is the survival mode. And to be in creative mode, it requires alpha and beyond. So alpha, theta, and gamma, which Dr. Joe Dispenza calls the super consciousness, right? The flow state. So to access the flow state, your body has to be ready, and then your mind has to be ready, and your heart has to be ready. So take note of that, because for each of you it's going to be different. Some of you, it's in the body, allowing deep relaxation, allowing the body the rest that it needs for it to be able to enter creation. For some of you, it's the mind, which is of course the ability to calm down the mental space, and however you achieve that will be different for each and every one of you. For me, it's guided meditation, it's resting, it's relaxing, and it's doing things that are fun. And of course, in terms of meditation, there's so many different types of meditation. So learn which ones are right for where you are. For me, I use Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation. It helps a lot with practicing myself into maintaining positive frequencies, visualization, relaxation. I also do meditations from Abraham Hicks and Dr. Sue Motter. So those may be some resources that you find helpful if you feel called to looking them up, or having a listen to one of their interviews. I feel like they're wonderful resources for understanding our paths of growth. Yeah. And I feel like those are pretty much it for the tarot. So I'm going to pull out the oracle cards for you. Also, they wanted me to say, allow your oversoul to lead. The ability that your oversoul has, that is accumulated over different lifetimes, those are the ones that are going to make that, to allow you to practice this skill and to move forward on the path of least resistance. So connect a lot to your higher self and your oversoul at this time. Let that dimension of you be the one that leads, because you've done this before. Yeah. And they wanted me to talk about how, you know, this video, the weirdness of me having the pals like like all like confused because the energies are so intertwined. You may be doing something like that or have gone through something like that where you feel like it was a mistake, but if you actually have, you've gone through with it and you realize that it was synchronicity. So a lot of time the universe happens, like the universe brings in situations like that as well for us to understand the different like miraculous ways they could work. So I feel like you may have gone through something like that, or and have doubted yourself whether, you know, there's a bit of a resentment or guilt or something that holds as an energy of judgment towards the self. Please know that those occurrences were all divine orchestration. They're divine redirections and interventions, right? So just as how I continued and have faith in the synchronicities that come in, you should too have faith in your synchronicities and the path that you are weaving with the universe, okay? Because I feel like some of you have gone through something similar and are learning to understand, or kind of like the universe just wanted to give you a confirmation as a gift that you've done well. Let me take a sip of water. Also, in terms of numbers, 4 4, so that is divine protection. And you have 8 and another 4, 4 4 4. And also, if you reduce it, it's also 8 8. So let's talk a little bit about the numbers. I'm laughing because I'm so happy. Thank you to your guides, my guides, and everybody who's here for sending these beautiful synchronicities. So you have the 4 of wands, the 4 of swords, and the I Ching number 4 and number 8. So you are very, very protected at this time. Please know, even the things that you feel like have gone awry, those are divine redirections. Those are definitely divine protection, okay? That is because there is a better outcome for you. There's a parallel timeline that awaits you, and that's why the universe has been trying to redirect you. They're trying to open a portal, 8-8 energy. They're trying to open a big portal for you, which may be something that's a little bit out of sight or out of your awareness at the stage of where you are. However, from a bigger perspective, the universe, like, they see you like this, so they understand what you deserve and what you are capable of, maybe more than you know. So that's why they have been there may have been occurrences that happen that bring in confusion, pauses, or that make changes to your plans. Please know that those are redirections to the abundance that awaits you, actually. So have trust in the process of how your guides work with you and what your oversoul is calling in. You have card number 4, which is youthful inexperience. It's almost like the full energy. And I'm just looking and taking note of the momentum forward that all of these cards are depicting. Forward momentum, forward looking. So keep your eyes to the good things that are coming. Set your sights on your aims, your goals, and keep having fun. Let the momentum take you. Let the momentum and the universal flow like carry you, and you will feel like the experience of this manifestation of whether it could be your abundance or your dreams or your mastery in your spiritual path. It will become like they hope they could create with you a path of joy in your spiritual ascension, in your co-creation, a path of easiness, of least resistance, and a path of flow and lots and lots of fun. Okay, so I feel like that's why maybe something that was not in alignment, that was a little bit a stance of struggling or of effort, of exerting your energy, were kind of, being maneuvered away from you to create a new path, a new stance, a new stage of being, a new mentality in this entire spiritual growth journey that you are embarking upon. Um, they're telling me that you will understand this. You will find the missing link, whether through one of the resources that I've mentioned earlier. And if you're not, they're telling me you already know which one is aligned to you. So Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Sue Morter, and Abraham Hicks, whichever one calls out to you. They're amazing resources, and I feel like the understanding of the information will help you bring in more and more ability to manifest, to open up and receive abundance in different areas of your life, abundance from a different timeline that will eventually make sense to you. They're telling me like it may not make sense now, it's fine. But you that is mastering this, when you achieve this stance, it will make perfect sense. It will make perfect sense because it already has made sense to your oversoul and your higher self. That is why you are walking this path. Imagination, so visualization, have the energy be moved forward. Imagine good things, visualize good things. If you want to put that mind to good use, start seeing good possibilities, start seeing the best possible outcomes, because forward momentum is a good strategy at this time in terms of energetically, right? So not necessarily forward actions, but more like a forward momentum of your life force to be poured into best possible outcomes, limitless possibilities, and your dreams and dream life, your wholeness, abundance, and love coming in. Yeah. So I feel like that's all the messages for you, pal number one, because I can feel your guides are stepping back. Also, maybe you will be receiving a lot of numbers. Four moons as well. 448, 8444, 888. Okay, so those may be your confirmation numbers, or you may be seeing these numbers very often in the upcoming time. So they just wanted to let you know that they're there for you. Your guides, your ancestors, the loving universe are walking alongside you, and they make your presence known through different synchronicities, and these numbers could be one of those synchronicities at this time. Okay, so I feel like those are your messages, pal number one. So thank you again for being here with us, and thank you to your guides, your ancestors, my guides, my ancestors, all the loving energies that are here having a chat with us and making this meeting possible. Thank you to the loving universe for sharing with us the wisdom, sharing with us your love and your encouragement. And thank you for making this Lunar New Year a beautiful, beautiful one for us all. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider helping us by pressing like, pressing subscribe. It helps us a lot with the algorithm and with having these videos being seen and these messages going out to the people who are meant to see them. So thank you in advance for your support. And that will be it, pile number one, for today's reading. And I hope to see you again next time, whenever the universal energy calls us to be here again. And I hope you remember that the universe is by your side and your soul knows the way. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal 2, and welcome to your Lunar New Year pick a card reading. We are going to be receiving messages from your guides, your ancestors, and the loving universe together. So welcome, welcome. Let's first start by setting intentions together. So breathe into your heart and be open to the messages that your guides, your ancestors, your higher self, and the loving universe are ready to send to you. Be open to receiving, right? Activate that receptive mode by activating your heart energy center, and let this reading be full of love, full of positive energies and blessings from the loving universe. All right, now let's see what the cards would like to talk to you about. I'm pretty sure they're going to give you lots and lots of blessings because it is the Lunar New Year, and lately the guides have been working very clearly and strongly because of the thinning of the veils during this time as well. Also, I was directed before I even pressed record, I was directed to the flame. Today the flame is a little bit different for your pal. It is like I wouldn't say that it's like blazing. However, it looks very healthy. It looks like a healthy flame, okay? It's about the right size. It does its job. It's stable. It is a very beautiful energy that flame is exhibiting. So I'm just saying your manifestation energy, your fire element is very in balance. It's right. It's kind of like the right amount of fuel and burning for it to be sustainable. So I feel that's the first message, which is very good balancing of your energies, very good in terms of sustainability, and it's healthy for you. It's also healthy for your vessels to know what the amount of calling in that you're doing that your human body is able to receive. So that's the first gift from your guide, the first encouraging message that they would like to give you. Let's see the card for the moon's energy. You have inspire. There we go. So clearly this pal, your creators, your musicians, artists, pretty much a lot about music, downloads coming in terms of songs, of sound frequencies, sound healing, crystal balls, anything that is frequency healing and sound healing, okay, through music. And that could also talk to other creators about the other modalities like art, basically anything that's an artistry, okay? That's an artistry that you practice, that you use to deliver synchronicities, messages, to uplift and to put out good frequencies in the world. I feel like your guides are very thankful for your creations and co-creative processes that you have been doing with your etheric friends, and they feel like you are coming more and more into the energy that inspires. And if you haven't noticed, you already are that energy. So keep singing your songs, keep playing your music, keep putting out good frequency, harmonious frequency and messages into the world, and your guides are going to help you along the way, okay? Let me take a sip of water. Throat chakra, throat energy center as well. So expressions, expressing your inspired creations, I feel like you've been doing a lot of that, and do take some rest, because I feel like It's just that you've been downloading a lot in, okay? And in the recent past energy, they wanted to say you did well in terms of decision making and adjusting your rhythm of what to do, what inspired actions to take, what aligned actions to take to follow through and manifest and ground in these downloads and creative projects or career opportunities with the universe. At, I feel like even though this is the Three of Wands, right? Which talks about bigger picture of your dreams, your passion. However, he's holding a sword rather than a wand. So double message here. Good. Um, it's kind of a combination of the air and the fire element. Yeah. So air and fire, you're working with it really well. The thoughts and the passion, the logical mind, and your dreams, your drive, and the combustion that is the result of that interaction between the fire and air element. It established a very stable, healthy flame, just like this one. So I feel like that's one of the areas in which your guys would like to congratulate you on. From here on, stay in love energy. Yeah. Your love energy is emanating when you are being seen, when you come out in the open and start showing up as who you are. There can be people who are gravitating towards you and what you do, as well as kind of observing. They're telling me in the observation stage. It's kind of the initiation stage that you're coming out and showing up as your authentic self. Trust what your oversoul leads you to, because I feel like you and your oversoul, masculine and feminine energy as well, that are working together, they are working quite harmoniously in leading you, in guiding you towards the best possible outcome and the path of your higher calling. This also speaks to your spiritual ascension path. So in your spiritual growth, you embodying more of the world of energies, uh, the truth, your truth, and what the esoteric knowledge, the Gnostic knowing that you hold, is going to help other people who are also evolving on their paths through observation. They're gonna learn through seeing you living, seeing you just being there, and kind of learning from your experience. And that also speaks to the energies or your etheric friends that are helping you. They want to thank you for allowing them to witness your spiritual growth as a human being in this third dimensional plane, as they also get to learn and evolve and grow as well. So I feel like there's a lot of gratitude there from your guides. New beginnings, closure of the old energies, and embracing the cyclical changes are going to be very helpful to you at this time. I feel like there's a realization that is about to emerge in terms of your new personality, your new self, your new abilities and timeline that is emerging. A lot of your old ego or the old personality has been dissolved. And that was through different reincarnations, different experiences, times in this lifetime, as well as the spiritual growth that you've been doing with your guides. To kind of have that feeling of being on top of the world, all you need is actually the celebration of the self, the acknowledgement and realization that the self has grown so much into something new that you may not even recognize. So start recognizing that, because I feel like that is what your guides are kind of calling you to like, they witness it, they see it, like now it's your turn to witness yourself in this new change. yeah, confirmation. As I said that, they tapped off the candle. All right. So I feel like I'll leave you with that message for a while so you can sit with it while I go and grab a new candle for you. And we are back. And I always take these little situations that happen and that's outside of my control as synchronicities. So there is a message in itself with the candle. The world card, cyclical natures of things. Like even a candle, there will be times where the full is depleted and therefore has to be replenished. If you feel like you are, there's a desire for you to be an infinite amount of energy source all the time, like that level of perfection may not be what is natural in this third dimension world, because materials, like energies that form up every little single thing, there will be times where it needs to recharge, where it needs to go elsewhere to do other things, maybe with other creators, So in those times, know that you are just being called to be still, to pause, or just simply to go out and live your life. Yeah, to go and enjoy your little tourism journey here on Earth. Yeah, just go be a tourist, all right? Because some of you may feel like you're, maybe star seeds, may work with star guides and feel like, oh, your time, you're just visiting Earth. So if you're here for, this lifetime, at least go and spend some time and explore and allow yourself to really like kind of admire, yeah, this third dimension plane and Gaia, right? So go out and have fun. So in those times where you are feeling like the energy is not with you, it doesn't mean that you yourself, there's something wrong with you or that your connection is bad. No, it's just the energies that work to guide all of us. They're going here, there, and everywhere. So in those times, allow them to go and help other frequency holders, other creators, right? Well, it means that you are kind of having like a summer break, or you're just having, they're giving you time to yourself to live life up a little bit. So look at it that way. Yeah, the cyclical natures of things, and also they'll kind of give you time to recharge in those quiet moments that give you time to go relax and enjoy life and rejuvenate. So I feel like you are coming to a new understanding of the cyclical nature of your ability as a co-creator with source energy, as well as your role in it, and the bigger picture, right? Two of wands, the bigger pictures of things that are actually going on in this energetic realm. It's pointing to the piano. They're giving me the analogy of like they are helping so many other instruments putting out songs, or like the other frequency holders are like these different notes that make up a melody, a harmony, or a musical piece. So they hope that you understand that they are doing their best to inspire and co-create with you, while at the same time it's shared energy. Like, as frequency holders and energy conduits, none of the gifts and energies are ours. It's not mine. What I do here, my abilities, they're not mine. I tap into them when they're gifted or when they are needed for something to happen. However, I don't demand for gifts. That's not how gifts work, right? Like, give me that. It's like it's bestowed when it's needed, and if it's with you, it's with you. If it's needed elsewhere, then you bless that energy and have them be helping to serve other creators as well. And I feel like you understand that at times you may forget and there was a rush to kind of almost like a to fight this nature, which stemmed from, like I said, the understanding that maybe you're not doing good enough or something's wrong, you know. But actually no, you understand now that love energy is just, it's doing its thing in the ether. Okay. From here on, let me take a sip of water. Okay. They're trying to tell me something. What, love? Okay, third energy center. Expressing your inspired creations. So some of you may doubt or hesitate your own work. I feel like your guides don't see it that way at all. They see your art, your music, or your creations as being very, very inspiring and beautiful, and they would like for you to raise to a higher frequency to see that as well, because they love what you do and they love the process of co-creating with you. And your ancestors are just super proud of you, I must say. Like the energy of your ancestors, they are like, they're just like very, very extremely proud of who you are now. Okay. And as well as who you have been throughout your whole entire journey. They wanted to say you are very strong, you are very kind, gentle, and nurturing as well. And they kind of are supportive of you and your spiritual path along the way because they love you. Okay. From here on, the energies that will help you is the logical nature of things. So I feel like they want to talk about the brain waves, getting into a resting, nurturing brain wave that is gentle yet decisive, like a clarity. Let's call it coherence. Yeah, head, heart, and gut coherence. So that would be alpha, theta, gamma brainwaves. Feel like you left the beta recently. You left the beta through creating, through following your dreams, and you're about to enter, I feel, at least the alpha. So at this time, trust your decision makings because you are out of survival mode. You are in creative mode. Okay, you are ready to reign. Like your subconscious and your decision makings are going to be on point at this time because your feminine energy has been working very well in nurturing you, watching out for you, and allowing you to grow in a kind, gentle way. So trust your decision makings of when to just be, to sit and relax, and when to take inspired actions, because I feel like you are already out of the beta. If you've been wondering that, you're out of the survival mode. You are moving, your brainwave is adjusting onto the alpha, theta, and then eventually gamma to get into more of the flow state and in the super consciousness brainwave. So if you're not familiar with that, I highly, highly encourage you to look into brainwave and flow states and head, heart, and gut coherence, and how to bring your body into homeostasis. Because in that mode, your creative ability, sorry, your creative, I was about to say something like creative reality. There's something that your creative ability to create your reality as well, like as in how the envisioning of your future, the visualization of your dreams, and your outcomes of things are going to be much, much more, let's say, imaginative in a positive way. Yeah. So you will be able to visualize more of the stuff that you would like to experience, and the dreams that the dream life, yeah, the dream life that you want to have, because we could only start dreaming, creating, and having fun when we're no longer in survival. That's why it's called creative mode. So I feel like you're pretty much in that direction, and your guides are wanting you to know that as long as you understand that they are watching out for you and be aware of their assistance, um, knowing that you're safe. First energy center, red, knowing that you're safe, knowing that you can begin to have your sexual energy, which is the creative energy, at the second energy center, to start flowing and weaving realities and creation into manifestations. You will begin to see the evidence of fruitions of things. Earth element, the higher path, is for you as you continue on your spiritual ascension, on lifting your frequency, activating your DNA and light body, connecting to your oversoul and embodying that more here on the third dimension. You will begin to see evidences of success in your reality. So let's just say the path of your dream coincides with the path of your spiritual ascension. It goes hand in hand. So if you would like to see more of your dream life manifest and blossom, continue on your spiritual path. Yeah, it goes together. It's supporting one another. And remember that it's not about perfection. Mastery means, you in mastery you can still make mistakes, right? Like mastery doesn't equate to perfection. So there's that thing too about perfectionism. And your guides would like you to know that they love you very much. They understand that it requires practice. They understand that it requires, repetition for things to sink in, for this your brain to prune its old connections and rewire new connections. It takes time, and even visualization helps with connecting new neurological paths and wire new signals in your brain. So you can, visualization helps, practice by doing help, and you can also use your gifts in meditations, in dreams, in lucid dreaming, to also practice being more in the on top of the world frequency. Yeah, which means ultimate self-love and unconditional love of self, knowing that you and all your shadows, the thing that people call ego, actually now works for you. It works for you. And if anything, you're coming out authentically, with all your shadows and with all the nature of the human being that you are. Yeah. So I'm gonna close off with encouraging messages from your guides, the loving universe, your ancestors, and your higher self. Let's pull out some oracle cards. You have card number 24, a new beginning, which of course is the same energy as the world, because the world, it signifies the journey onto the full card again, which is new beginning. It is the beginning and the end in one energy merged up, so that's good. New beginnings. You have karma, and you have flow. This card just came out in a reading that I did. Let me check if it was this reading or if it was the one for the pal in my Thai, in my native language that I did. However, I have to say that your pal has a lot of, like, your energy showed up in pal 1 and I was very confused. I kept calling pal 1 pal 2 but it was confusing. However, I felt your presence. So you have messages in pal number 1 and the people who watched pal number 1 have messages in pal number 2. So, you know, if you feel called to, or if you you felt like the red envelope 1 was also calling out to you, it could be because, you know, your guide wanted to give you more gifts. Yeah. Oops, sorry. I think that's a confirmation. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. They want to give you more gifts. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I don't want to open and find it right now. But if you show up and this card is there and it's yours, you know, maybe it was just, if it was in a pile where my Thai viewers watch, then some of them may understand English. I don't know. So let's continue. Karma, flow, new beginnings. Your karma, which karma is neither positive or negative actually. Karma means what you've done. Yeah. So if it's positive karma, it's the good things you've done. If it's negative karma, it's the not so nice thing that we have done. And I feel like your path of the things that you have created and did contributes to a flow towards a new beginning. That is why you may be feeling a lot of tectonic shifts. So like reforming of your identities, changes, moving places, changes of your surroundings, your environment, your social group, your network. Basically, a lot of things shifts for you because your positive karma, the momentum was going in that direction because of your positive karma. Blue again. So I feel it was something that you did in terms of expression, creation, or teaching, sharing your knowledge, throat energy center, showing up as yourself. So if you're a creator like me, then the stuff that you put out actually were inspiring and helping other people. And that's why, you know, good things return to you because of their gratefulness, or the universe, like, you know, wanting to thank you for the co-creative processes and pieces that you put out. 6, 7. I'm looking at the numbers in case there are anything, but I feel like there's not much in terms of angel numbers. 3, 1, not really. At this time, continue to flow. Yeah, continue to flow harmoniously with the universal energies to create and to bring about beautiful things into this world. I feel like you and the loving universe work together as almost like this big dragon, because dragons to me signify a collective consciousness or a collective energy that comes together into one big powerful mythical creature, mythical force, right? And in that sense, you exhibiting again blue, the expression, know that they are going to help assist you. They're not gonna let you show up on stage alone. Okay, some of you may be performers, because I got messages about like someone being a performer and having stage fright, or not, like you actually want to sing in front of people, you want to go and perform and you know, show your pieces, maybe host an art exhibition in front of people, but then you're very introverted or you're shy. know that you're not going to show up alone. You're going to show up as a dragon, which means your guides, your ancestors, your higher self, the universe, all the spirits and etheric friends that learned from your journey, they are going to morph and show up there with you. So you can show up as a dragon in water, means like very in your element. It's going to be an environment or an opportunity that's just right up your alley. You're in your element, just like fish in water. Okay, so know that they are surrounding you, as well as the people, the crowd that are going to gravitate to you, around you, are going to be people who swim in that same environment. So they're also like fish in water. They know, like, say if you want to talk about spirituality, people who are drawn towards you will be the ones who already understand and know it, and they also live that as they like their reality. You know, they're also in the same water as you. So there is a flow that kind of works together very well. So I feel like you are being called to lead either a collective or a gathering or a coming together of a collective energy that holds beautiful frequencies for the loving universe, right? Like this piano that's just singing out songs for the world, the planet, the moon. Like your gathering of the people, whatever gathering you're about to create. I don't know why they keep giving me like an exhibition, like a showcase of your work, of your art, in whichever way that is. Like if you do music, then it's like putting out an album, or you doing a live event, you know, performing your pieces, your music. But that event is going to signify a new beginning, because it is a gathering of a collective energy that is very much needed in this time, to anchor in like ley lines, to hold in frequencies, and to emanate beautiful like energies and aura. Like they're giving me a picture of a light, big light dome, like that is just glowing light. So the venue that you do it, and or even if it's not a physical venue, but like the gathering in itself, the meeting is like that big dome of light that they would like to see. Yeah, dome of light, and you're on top of it, that dome of light. So keep on expressing, allow things to unfold naturally as it would, just like a tree would, you know, flower. Give it time until, you know, when it's divine timing, you'll get a signal, like a light, a ray of light that it's your time to emerge, and then just open up that portal for that light dome. Okay. So new beginnings, there's a swan looking at its own reflection. However, what it sees is a heart, water, like a heart reflected in the water. I feel like there is that, you know, that story of the ugly duckling who was actually a swan and not not a duck. I feel like this would be the picture at the end of that story. It means like you've gone through that whole storyline already, and you're at the most, like, the beautiful part, which is you looking in your reflection and just seeing love. It's just so amazing. The new beginning also was like you can see the closure of the old chapter as a new beginning of you, from this point onward, really valuing the love of self. Yeah, looking in, every time you look into your reflection, you see love. You're like, I'm just proud of you. I love you. Thank you for all you've gone through. I love you. I love me, right? I feel like that's where you are, and that's how your guides would like you to see yourself from here on, because that's how they see you. And all of the pit, like the fall, the drops of frequency that happened, let's say the dark night of the soul, was all for this. because sometimes like that realization comes in during the night under like deep dark waters, because you've emerged and you've surfaced it onto the water and actually you understand everything now, all the overcomings, all the ups and downs, the spiritual ascensions. The sky is clearing, allowing some light in for you to see this truth that was meant for that all this journey was meant to bring about, was this realization, which is so beautiful. I feel like your guides have said everything, because I feel them stepping back. And the last thing they want to say is they love you, and this is how they see you. They know what you're capable of. They have full trust in your manifestation ability and the ability to make decision in like in deciding for what's in alignment with the universe. They know that you can see through the eye of the needle. They know that you can see through seeing through the eye of needle, which means like the little opportunities, glimpse of light, like synchronicities that they will give you. They know that you will be able to recognize it. And also there's an inner knowing within, because that's a meditative, when sometimes in some practices, when you meditate, you don't actually close your eyes fully. Your eyes will be kind of like 1/3 way closed and looking down. That's a deep meditation. So go deep within into your inner knowing, and the answers are all there. Yeah, it will show up, it will blossom in divine timing, which means you'll recognize it in divine timing. They're saying if you feel like you've gone, like you wanted it to be faster, trust the flow. It is just right for you. Everything is like your higher self orchestrated all of this to be at the pace that is just right for you. So trust it and love yourself, and they are encouraging you to basically be more confident. Yeah, be more confident. And if there are things that makes you feel otherwise, you'll look through the eye of the needle. You'll look for a path to uplift yourself again, and you'll find it in the flow. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty much it for your pal. Your guides are stepping back now, and those are your tarot messages, pal number 2. Thank you so much for being here with us and allowing us to be your energy reader for today. We wish you a very happy Lunar New Year and a warm, loving time with your family and loved ones. And if you like our content, please consider helping us by pressing like, subscribe, or sharing this video to any of your family and friends, or the people that you feel like they could benefit from this or would enjoy this kind of content. It also helps us a ton in terms of growing the channel and with the algorithm and with the content that we make here. So thank you so much again for being here and for supporting us. And I'll see you again next time whenever the universal energies call for us to be here together. And remember, the universe is by your side and your soul knows the way. Bye-bye. Hello, pal number 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading for the Lunar New Year. I hope you're having a wonderful time with your loved ones and celebrating this Lunar New Year with joy. Today we are going to see what your guides, your ancestors, your higher self, and the loving universe have for you. We are going to start by setting intentions together. So breathe in slowly into your heart and breathe out. And may this reading be full of love, Be full of joy, inspiration, empowerment, and encouragement. May all the blessings that your guides and the love energy have for us be passed on and delivered through the messages and reading of today's tarot reading. And please trust your intuition, your divine connection, your direct connection is always the most accurate compass. So please stay connected and aware for your guides and your higher self while we are here together. And with that said, let's start our reading for today. All right. See your tarot messages. I will begin by pulling out the tarot cards and an oracle card for the moon's energy. Take this time to tune in because I tend to be a little quiet while I'm receiving the synchronicities and the cards. This one popped out, and I feel like this one wants to come out. One. And this one just got stuck on my hand. There we go. And let me pull out an oracle card for the moon's energy. Oh wait, that's the card from another deck. I felt like they didn't want that one though. No, actually, this one. This one. No way. And you saw me shuffle. You have the same moon energy with pile number 2. The exact same card. And I shuffled these like a lot, and you saw me, I was like this one, but this one called out. So pile number 3 you may have came from pile number 2, or you also have messages in pile 2. So whatever you feel called to, but I mean, like, you have the exact same card. Okay, let me take some time to make sure everything is in view and visible for all of you. I want you to see the imagery and the pictures. Let's start with our foundational energy first. You seem to have, in the recent past, left behind a feeling of not belonging. I feel like that's in your past energy, and it has to do with your inspired creations. So this card talks about, you know, of course, inspirations, your dreams, your passion. And similar to pile 2, some of you are creators, artists, musicians. In whichever way you co-create with the universe in delivering beautiful co-creations to this world in a form of artistry. Okay, so something you use your imagination, you're, you know, very tapped in and in tune with your emotions, and delivering creations that are based on you know, wanting to uplift the frequencies of this world and putting out beautiful harmonious energies. I feel like you left in the recent past have just, you know, let go of a feeling of you not belonging in the industry. So a feeling of, you know, whether you're not like a real artist, you're not a real musician, or like you're not good enough to call yourself an artist, a writer, you know, a content creator. you left that behind, and kudos to you. I mean, your guides are right. They're like, right about time, because like they see how amazing you are, and they have been trying to show that to you all these times. You have here the King of Wands, which is someone who is like on top of their games in terms of their magic wand, their passion, their dream, and the tool that they use to weave their magic. Whichever modality that is for you, it'll be different for each and every one of you. But this artistry, this magic that you weave, you are, they're telling me you're very well deserving of that position, and you have recently discovered that for yourself. I feel like you've been on a journey and have been guided to a new path, and you follow the guidance of your higher self, your guides, your ancestors, and you finally left. I feel like usually it's a person walking past a church or a building that's like, they're out in the cold. However, this was a choice to leave behind a comfort zone, to venture on into the unknown, even though it's like it looks like you'll be out in the cold, or it'll be a journey that requires, strength. However, you have chosen to embark on that journey, and it has paid off, because look at you. You have the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. Very balanced feminine and masculine energy. In this time, I feel that journey have brought you into making a certain decision that is a forward looking decision towards like growth from pain in the past as well. Yeah, so you look at your sword, you look into when you look at a sword, when you look at your thoughts now and where you are now, you see all the overcomings that you have gone through. From this point onwards, the mindset that your guides would like to encourage you to have is to know that there'll always be a new dawn, like to remember that experience, because I feel like you've learned through experience on this journey, different heartbreaks, pain, disappointments, and a feeling of being really down and exhausted. And from that experience, you rose as a queen and a king, which means you've conquered it. Basically, you did really well in that learning experience, in that growth path. And I don't know if you can hear, there's a bird outside just singing. It's like a bird call. So I feel like that calling came from within, the calling to dive into your subconscious and face yourself, face your shadows, face your own limitations in your thoughts, because these are the sorts are the realms of thoughts, the air elements. So you faced all of the thoughts that have, weighed you down, have limited you, and were, painful thoughts and memories. However, you understand now how to hold it upright, which means you understand how to work with them. You understand your limitations. You see the things that are pulling the strings behind, the almost like figure that is, let's say, the aspect of self that sometimes is cloaked, or almost like in an invisibility cloak. So the subconscious realm that have held you captive, you understand what those are, and now you are able to hold it upright as your weapon of choice, your sword, which means you understand the power of the choices of your thoughts, the choices of your inner dialogues, the choices of your train of thoughts. And your guides would like to congratulate you on that, on the awareness of the power of the mind, and how to use and utilize that to support your growth, as well as you having gone through all of these lessons to reveal the past lenses and your past map of the worlds that no longer serve you. So it's like the devil is no longer cloaked. I feel in your case it is out in the open, because like you see it trying to cloak itself, but you see the cloak just like covering it, if you know what I mean. Like if it was invisible, you would not see it, right? Like you see it now, even though it's trying to camouflage itself, but you see it when it emerges, and therefore you are able to embrace it, to accept a rose from the cloaked figure, which mean like truth. I feel truth. Like the cloaked figure, the part of your subconscious is reaching out to you now, trying to give love, reciprocate love to you, which means you have been giving love to this wounded part of yourself, or the protective mechanism of the self that is trying to have been protecting you, and you're about to receive that love, which means integration. The integration of self is the higher path here. Acceptance of all of your so-called ego shadows, all of you. The love of an understanding of how that part of you is trying to protect you, and that you both actually share the same goal, is to protect each other from the flames, from being hurt from the fire, based on past experiences. And I feel like now you understand that these divine lessons were calling of your soul to learn, and remember that actually you can always heal, and there's always a new dawn. Because you were the one who pulled the swords out one by one and started to heal. And I feel your healing journey is completed, because now you're sitting with this posture, relaxed, poised, graceful, on the throne, reflecting upon the swords, reflecting upon the journey, reflecting upon the dark night of the soul. So some of you may have gone through what is referred to as a dark night of the soul, which is exactly this: a period of time where a soul calls in experiences or dive downward, like into deeper frequencies, to relearn some things. And at times it dives really, really deep into really heavy frequencies to clear a certain energy. And that's is what I feel like you already know at this time is what happened. It was divine timing. It was your time to ascend. It was your time to purify. It was your time to grow, to learn, and to rise. And I feel like this entire journey through whatever you are creating is going to end up being very inspiring for other people. Sharing your journey, expressing your lessons and experiences through the things that you create are going to be extremely, extremely inspirational to people, whether that in whichever, art form and tools that you use to express your authentic self. Tap into that at this time. I feel like your subconscious has done a great job in integrating, and is continuing to integrate as well, these new personality, these new energies, new codes. So it is a good time to begin to make decisions that are, upward trajectory. That's what I feel. Upward trajectory. So uplifting. So putting energies into new creations, into new beginnings, new outcomes and projects, right? Because I feel like you've got like a treasure trove of wisdom through these journey that now is going to like show itself in your work, in your art. It's going to come out very beautifully, because it's been, they're giving me a word, like, what's that word? It's been thoroughly digested and sifted through. Like, you've digested the lessons well, you processed it well, and it is going to now take a new shape and form into new creations, into new inspired creations, okay? Let me take a sip of water. In terms of, I feel like some of you was asking, like, what though? Like, what should I create first and stuff like that? Because you may have many things. Look at that song, like so many melodies, so many components, underlying frequencies. The stars are calling out to you, your guides. You're just like, the potential is limitless. So same as the bird that was just like singing, calling outside my window. See that bird? Whatever you feel called to. That's the most simple answer your guides could give. Whatever you feel called to, you know, in that moment, in that time. As long as it's fun and it's intimate and it's creative, go for it, right? Because like red and orange and yellow, these are the lower three energy centers, which are the energies that are, you know, more grounded in the human experience. These are the energy centers responsible for, you know, you having fun, you creating, taking part in life, being intimate with life and your creations, and having, how do you call it? Confidence and self-empowerment, right? So anything that falls into those category or that brings out those energies and emotions, you're aligned, you're on the right path, okay? So you're the king. I mean, your masculine energy is pretty, like, it knows what to do. It knows its task. It's got its hand on the magic wand. So your masculine energy will work very beautifully with the feminine that takes decision in terms of nurturing, caring for yourself, when to rest, when to relax, rejuvenate, and be gentle, and when to take aligned actions to direct your energies into your creations and your dreams, as well as, you know, the synchronicities and your guides and your ancestors who are, you know, going to be helping you along the way. If it feels aligned, it probably is. I feel like this one wants to come out. So we are going to end the reading with oracle cards to receive love, encouragement, and guidance from our higher self, your ancestors, your spirit team, your guides, their friends, you know, and the loving universe. Our beloved source energy. And I've pre-shuffled these cards. I just, you know, like to shuffle them again. Oh, God. It's stuck to my hand. Let me take a look at numbers a little bit before we open all these oracle cards. 15, 5, 10. So like 111, 555, maybe your number. Or you may be seeing something like 1515, okay? I've been getting new codes a lot too. Usually I see repeating numbers, but lately I've been seeing like alternating numbers like 1212, 1313, 1414. I'm still learning what they mean because they're all new. Open your mind. So yeah, you may be receiving new downloads. Definitely new downloads, new projects. It could be something you've never done before. In abundance, which means like, you look at that. It's just pouring into your third eye, pouring into your psychic realm. This card says failure. However, I know what the guides are trying to say. It's they're not the guides in love energy. They never, like, you know, predict an outcome, okay? Because you have free will and they respect that, like to the highest, like you respect of your free will, you know, like, so this actually they want to talk about what you label as failures, what your understanding of failure is, and what their role are in the bigger picture of the game. Okay, so we are going to talk about that. However, I feel like first they want me to talk about your abundance. Yeah. So is that a door? Yeah, that's a door. It's a portal opening into a door. So like I said, there's going to be there could be very much like the energy of new opportunities, new doors, new possibilities coming in. However, it's like you just saw it. You just realized something, haven't you? You just realized a new door, a new energy portal opened up. And you looked into it and there's a handle, which means you are about to reach out to open it, or are in the process of understanding what this door is and like whether you should or should not open it. But they say open. Open your mind. So before you open that door, you start by opening your mind. Opening your mind to the possibilities and to new momentums, the ways of how things are going to start rolling. Okay, you may not know exactly what is behind the door, because otherwise they would have opened this portal to a place or some kind of scene, right, where we see the picture. However, you open the portal and you just see the front of the door. My god, you guys are funny. But I know what they mean, which is like, you still have not been shown or not fully understand what the opportunity is able to provide or where it's going to lead you. However, with the energy or with like its appearance, like the energy, it's aligned, and it emanates abundance. You know, like there's so much possibilities behind this door. So I feel like your guides are kind of giving you a little nudge, like explore this. At least take your time and stare at it, or think about it. You know, just give yourself a chance to give it a try. Yeah, keep your minds open. You may not have a plan or know exactly how things are gonna be put together. Just keep your minds open and be on top of your game. So I mean, be on top of your game in terms of your connection. That's the only thing you need to do, is stay connected, stay heart, hit heart and gut coherence. Keep your body in homeostasis, keep your mind, your brain waves in beautiful patterns. Be in the alpha, the theta, the gamma for as long as much as you can. Tap in and stay aware of your guides, your ancestors, your higher self and oversoul, and be open and receptive to the source energy and the loving universe. And do that in a very lighthearted way. Okay, so they're telling me like effortless, just be in places where you enjoy, where you can take in the breeze, enjoy life, relax. It's a very relaxed state of being that opens up this big chunk of download, so you can express that and embody that more. Because blue throughout, these are the colors of the upper 3 energy centers, right? Blue, indigo, purple. So once you fully charge with the lower 3 energy centers we were talking about, it's going to rise through your heart energy center into your upper 3. It's like the ball's just going to roll, right? green heart energy center is just gonna do its thing. So once they're not telling me once, they're saying it's already done. It already is happening. So it's flowing up your upper 3 energy centers, and the entire energetic system, so all 7, are going to work in tandem. They're going to start communicating, realigning, expanding. They already are doing that. Or I can feel it's expanding. That is why they suggest a very relaxed way of going about it. Yeah, just be relaxed, be graceful, and keep shining your light through expressions, through the downloads that you receive, the oneness, frequency, and having that be translated into through your inspired modality of creations, and ground that in. And from here on, your guides would like to talk about your definition of failure, because I feel like there were things that fell apart that you deem as failures, and looking back, you feel pretty upset or sad about those. I'm seeing like things falling apart. That's how you feel, like things fell apart. It just collapsed. However they say it collapsed, or it was taken apart. It was taken apart by you, by your higher self. Because the momentum and the energy that you are attracting in this new frequency wasn't that. It's something new. That is why the old foundation that's why the old foundation crumbled, because it wasn't strong foundation to begin with. It was bits and pieces, but it wasn't everything that your oversoul is capable of. And you're capable of so much more. That is why you decided to dismantle that, basically. And by doing that, you allowed, like, it created situations and scenarios where you had to, like, unmask and show up as your authentic self. And I feel like it also taught you to understand the cyclical natures of things, which we talked about a lot in pile number 2, I believe. I feel like you really have messages there. Whatever you feel called to. It taught you to understand the graph. That these are like natural rhythm of growth. It's like up and down. Maybe your soul wants to take a deeper dive, and then it goes up higher, and it takes a little dip, and then it goes down, and it wants to go up higher. If you take a snapshot of just this, right, or just even this, you're like, oh, look at all those failures. But I mean, like, who knows how much you've grown? Maybe this graph is here, and you started off like here, and you've grown. There's another little dip. You're telling me expand your horizon, expand your perspective. Don't look at half of the picture, look at the whole picture, because that whole picture is very inspiring of your entire journey. And that incident was just one snapshot that they hope that you can understand and see that it brought you a new dawn. It already did. You already see the new dawn manifesting. So give freedom to yourself by lifting off that label that you failed, or that those past memories and happenings were failures, because they weren't. If anything, they're the tipping point. They're the bouncing of your new beginning. They're giving me like domino effects. Without that wouldn't be this. Wouldn't be this new dawn. Wouldn't be like the realization of this whole bigger picture of how big you can shine your light. it was like your divine selection. Your soul chose this. It was meant to be. If anything, it was things are going according to your oversoul's plan. It's going exactly how you planned it. Okay? You initiated yourself, woke up, ascended, learned, grow, connected, and called in a new dawn. You know, what can I say? Your guides are like, you're on track. You're doing great. You're doing a magnificent job, actually. And I feel like you are more aligned than you may realize. Okay? So, heart. Allow your heart to open back up. Because you deserve it. Yeah? Wholeness. The abundance of wholeness is what you truly deserve. No matter what happened in life, be whole. You are whole no matter what. No matter, the ups and downs and like bigger picture of how this graph is going to go. You don't know from here. It could just skyrocket up. Who knows? Right? As long as you're in a beautiful frequency, they're telling me you are the creator, so you are in charge of this graph. Like, you are in charge. The ups and downs, you've chosen it all, and now you can choose where you want to go. Yeah. So allow your heart to open back up, because I feel like that is like the black ball. It is the main player in this. It is, the last, right? The black ball is the last on the snooker, on the table to win the game. And that is your heart. Have confidence in your heart, okay? Keep sending love, empowering, encouraging yourself. Anything that opens up that heart and charges its love energy, do it. It is your black ball. It is the last. It is the end game. It's coming. Yeah, like the last piece of this puzzle is to allow your heart to, lead again. Yeah. Of course, with, in cooperation with your head, your brain and your body, head, heart, and gut, lead as in like together with your other aspects, because, there is no, and not one is better than the other. We all need the three faculties of our human, of our humanity, our human self. But that seems to be the key. Yeah. I feel your guides are stepping back, so that would be all of your messages, Polymetry. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. And I would like to thank our guides, your ancestors, my ancestors, our guides, our etheric friends are supporting our journey, the source energy and the loving universe for meeting us here today and sending us such beautiful messages and synchronicities. Thank you so much for all the messages and for making this meeting possible. And if you like our content, please consider helping us by pressing like, subscribe, or following the channel, following us across our social media platforms. And also, sharing this video to anyone who you may feel could benefit from the video, or someone who, just enjoys watching these kind of stuff. Send this video to them. It would help us a lot with the algorithm and, growing the channel and continuing to create content here on Luv Tara's channel. So thank you so much, and I hope that we'll see each other again on our next video, whatever whatever we're gonna be called to create. And I'll see you again here whenever the universe calls for us to be here. Remember, the universe is by your side, and your soul knows the way. Bye bye.